There we go. Recording for YouTube. I knew I'd forgotten something when I started the stream. Never mind. Okay, now the hand looks insane. Like, I don't actually know what our opponent could do. We're going to get at least 2 activations out of this Khan. Leave up one of the blockers. Both of those are really good for us. Yeah, I mean that's not terrible, but I think we're ticking down next turn. Unless my opponent plays something vaguely relevant here. Block. Opponent has intimated that they do not have a Vraska's Contempt in hand. I have a board sweeper in mine, therefore I will trade off to keep my my Planeswalker alive. Ooh. Oh. It might be worth Chupacabra-ing, at which point we might as well tick up Khan. Yeah, we'll tick up Khan and we'll see what we get. Great. Well, we're going to get the Memorial to Folly. Oh, I need to click done for some reason on that screen. We're going to Chupacabra away that Wildgrowth Walker. Because attacking for 1 was medium anyway. I'd rather be able to play out a tap land. This is the turn. We get to find out. They have it. Yeah. That's somewhat annoying. And yet, at the same time, I don't think I care. Oh yeah, there's only one of those in there. Just mono Planeswalkers. Yeah, and it's tapped. Then attack for 3. Opponent had to spend their turn 4 dealing with my turn 3 play. Which had already drawn me 2 cards. 2, you know, useful cards. Assassin's Trophy, that's going to stay on top. That's got to stay on top. Which is a little annoying. I think what that means we're doing this turn is Chupacabra-ing away this J-Light Ranger and attacking, basically. Alright. Send for 6. I don't know what they've got in their hand, so I don't know if they should be trading off here, but it feels like mostly you should just do that. I mean, I know I've already got to the 6 mana that you need to play basically everything in the deck, but there's still such a thing as activating Memorial and then playing the creature you get out of it. So I'm hoping to put my opponent in a position where they're going to have to waste this Assassin's Trophy to just not die. Okay, they're playing both Impulse and Elves. Interesting. I don't normally see those two combined. And they found a forest. Okay, hopefully opponent should be under a relatively high amount of pressure this turn. Another Assassin's Trophy. That's a little annoying. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. That's marginally annoying. We might just be playing out this Vivian Reed here. Never mind. We're good. Everything is fine. Attack with team. They go to 8. And they eat a Ravenous. Yeah, that seems about right. Or they go to 9 and they trade off. Either way, they're going to have to do something kind of spectacular with that one unknown card in their hand. Or kill both of my other creatures with Assassin's Trophies, which is perfect because then I get to land this Vivian Reed. Yeah, they're going to eat the Chupacabra here. That makes sense. Oh, damage. My bad. My bad. That's Carnage Tyrant. So, yeah. We went turn 3 Karn, turn 5 Fret and Vraska, turn 7 I think it is currently. Just play Carnage Tyrant. Just play Carnage Tyrant. Yeah, I was going to say, you do actually have to do that. Because they've taken quite a lot of damage. Unless they've got another creature in hand to block, and even then, they know I've got to find finality. I'm going to get a swamp here. I've already got plenty of forests. Oh, it was the line. It was the line we took. It was, I drew Carnage Tyrant. I went, okay, I guess I'm playing Carnage Tyrant. That's another Vivian Reed. That's a Vivian Reed they don't know about. That's fun. What has opponent got in graveyard? Wild Growth and a Jade Light, but nothing worth really writing home about. I think we're going to finality here. Just put all of our eggs on Carnage Tyrant. They have one turn to find either an Edict effect, of which the number of people that play those in the main board is minimal, or Detection Tower. Take action on that one, please. And this way, we've also got Ravenous Chupacabra in the graveyard. If we draw a land, we can get Chups back and kill any blockers that they might have. But yeah. Ooh, thank you. It's not me. I was like, is it my priority? Is that what's going on here? Move that slightly, sorry. There we go. Vivian Reed's going to have to find you exactly Detection Tower to get out of this. But they can still get out of it. And Seeker Squire isn't going to do it. Cool. got there. I love these mirrors. They are great. They are great. Great, great, great. Right, so what we were saying? We were saying Contempt, Plague Crafters, Eldest Reborn, Assassin's Trophy out, and the 3 Wild Growth Walkers out. And then the rest of it, as good as a lot of it looks, Scavenger obviously looks really good. I think the rest of it's meant to just stay out. I think I've been overboarding for this matchup. It's a lot about getting out ahead of your opponent and that sort of thing. So I think it's more about your play patterns than it is about having specific sideboard tech, because I don't think there's like a card that breaks open the mirror massively. Tetsamot, Primal Death, I've considered on the advice of Helena. Oppo going first. There we go. Just realised my pop filter was in the way of the camera. And that it didn't need to be. I had assumed that it did, but it did not. I think this is a keepable hand against green-black. Turn 3 Choops, and Contempt seems reasonable. And obviously we can just draw Khan like we did last game and be away with it. I love that the gargoyle shaking knocks off the bird. I think that's amazing. Ah, dang it. Okay, look, we're gonna play out this swamp. We're gonna play out this Jadelight Ranger because I want to get on the board a little bit. But if we don't need to Choops next turn, we're playing that Memorial to Folly. Graveyard with you. You're not here on turn 1. I am no longer interested in you. That's a Jadelight. That's a Midnight Reaper on top, and that's staying on top. Yeah, I was going to say. If that doesn't stay on top, I don't know what does. That's actually a really good hit for us here. So we get to go attack for 3. Opponent probably won't bother trading because they've got a Midnight Reaper coming down. Then we get to go, here's a Jadelight, and also attack Memorial to Folly. And that can stay on the library. But we're probably not casting it next turn because what we're probably doing is Chupacabring away this Midnight Reaper and then attacking them back for 7. Because they're going to attack me for 4 here. And I am definitely not trading into that. I mean, I could pay 2 life and attack for 8, but I don't think that works. No blocks. And I'm also not going to use the Vraska's Contempt. As much as the Vraska's Contempt stopping them drawing a card is a thing, I'd rather have the Contempt for Planeswalkers. They're the bigger deal. Like, letting them draw 1 card is fine. I don't want them to have the ability to just go, well, I'm going to attack because if you block my stuff, I'm just going to draw cards. Enters tapped. And then slam a Jammer. We do currently technically have lethal, but the chances of them not doing something relevant is basically 0. Even that counts as relevant. That might even stay on top if they've got another Explorer in hand. But if they've got another Explorer in hand, they probably want to play it this turn. Yeah, fair. Fair. Another Midnight Reaper. Again, I think we're just Chupacabra-ing that away. And then sending with the team. That's a really good draw. That's a really good draw. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, no. If we attack with the team, they just, like, block. They draw 3 cards and they lose 3 life. Yeah, I'd rather... they're going to go block there. No, they're going to go block there, take 4. Take 5 total. They're going to go to 4 this turn and have an empty board. Oh, no, they're going to have a 4-3 left. Still, I think trading off is relatively fine here. And we're actually going to send with the entire team. Get a couple of extra points of damage through. We don't really need this Lana or Elf anymore. If that's the way they want to block. Okay, that's a really odd block. That's a really odd block, in fact. I did not expect that. Yeah, exactly. Why not just block the Chupacabra? I mean, I suppose you're taking 4 and put the 3-2 on my 4-3. Don't think opponent gets blocking maths. Like, you take 1 extra point of damage, but you still have a 4-3 on the battlefield? Don't get it. Of course, opponent is just going to go like, yeah, Wildgrowth Walker into Jade Light here, and I'm going to be like, well, okay, I guess we're playing a long game now. It's like I'm a prophet. Graveyard. And drawing a forest, yeah. Seems better. I think, amazingly, what we're going to do is Wrath and Contempt this Wildgrowth Walker and send again. But I've made this mistake before. Going aggro and then being like, oh, opponent's turned it into a long game, sort of a game. But no, I think this is relatively safe to do. We've got a fair amount of pressure on the board. If opponent wants to wipe it, they're wiping all of their stuff as well. Like, that's the only reason I can see for the blocks that they made last time, and that is they have a board wipe, which kind of makes me not want to play out this Lana Elf. Yeah, we're going to not play out the Lana Elf. I mean, I know it's only a 1-1, but still. There's no point letting them sweep the board and still have stuff. Or rather, and still not have stuff in hand to play. Connie T! Okay, that's a problem. Looking for Detection Tower here. Nope. Yep, we're going to take that. Looking for Detection Tower still. I think I'm quad blocking here. It stops them from being able to kill my my Vivian Reed with 1 kill spell, with 1 removal spell, which means at least we get another chance to find stuff. So we've got a natural draw, and then we've got a Vivian Reed activation. They're also playing a Khan Sign of Urza build, which I think is probably appropriate. I think Khan's very good at the moment. Oh, you can have Jade Light. I don't want to give you double Planeswalkers, but at the same time, now I really regret pointing that Vraska's Contempt at it. Oh, come on! Modo Bug. Yeah, we're super dead here. Even if we can find a detection tower, our Vivian Reed is dying. Okay, Jade Light's something. Plaguecrafter. Oh, dang it. If only they didn't know about it. That's at least something. That's not nothing going on right there. So I'm wondering if I Vraska's Contempt the Khan and then play Crafter and that kills J-Light Ranger. And maybe I even bin the Vivian Reed because it's definitely dying next turn. And then next turn I might be able to set up a J-Light Ranger block. I think I prefer that. Right, let's play Crafter and see what they do. They're just binning the J-Light Ranger. Like this. I did tick up with Vraska, didn't I? Yeah, good. That's how I found the Plaguecrafter. Yeah, of course. Actually, do we care about Khan or would we rather save it for Vivian Reed? I think we'd rather save it for Vivian Reed. You can stay on my library though. At which point I wish I hadn't played out that swamp. So yeah, we could have contempted the Jadelight Ranger, but like all they're going to do then is sacrifice Khan, because Carnage Tyrant is going to win them this game. I'm actually really tempted to just take the 7 attack here, because I can attack back and get Vivian Reed if they don't play another creature. Because if they do play another creature, then I've just wasted a turn. They haven't played a land yet, have they? Oh, they haven't even used Khan. -1ing to get back a Vivian Reed, I'm guessing? Yeah. I mean, yeah. So yeah, we can kill this Vivian Reed right now by attacking, and then we can Vraska's Contempt the Khan, or possibly the second Vivian Reed. Go up to 4. Which point we might as well play our Vivian Reed first. Yeah, let's I'm more interested in the Vivian Reed than I am the Khan. Khan is interesting. He's just a card advantage machine. Okay, well that's There's a lot of lands there, and none of them are a detection tower. So, yeah. Good times. So we're at a virtual 11 at this point. If we'd hit, like, a 2-drop creature there or something, that would have been really good, because we could have threatened lethal next turn. Yeah, that's the point. It's better than 4-drop Vraska, because Vraska, when she comes down on turn 3 or turn 4, you can have a land. When she comes down on turn 3 or turn 4, she has to sacrifice something, and you don't want to at that point. All you've got out is an elf and 3 lands. You don't want to sacrifice any of them, unless your hand is completely flooded. Okay, please don't hit a less than 4-drop creature or another Carnage Tyrant. Land is good. No creatures. Ah, come on! They had a Lana Elf as well? That's super annoying. Oh, another Vivian Reed. That's extremely unlikely. Have we got anything in the graveyard that I'm just, like, forgetting to get back? No, I'm really not. We can play Vivian Reed and tick her up. Or we can try and kill our opponents relatively quickly by going and getting back a creature, putting them down to 2, by Vraska's contempting this Llanowar Elves. They can make a blocker, they can find a blocker, they can buy another blocker back. No, that's not going to work, is it? Yeah, Vivian Reed, Vivian tick up, I think. Well, that does do the job. Amazingly, I think what this means we're meant to do... Are we meant to just defend? Like, maybe we should have been being defensive anyway. Yeah, I'm going to pass the turn. We're going to see if we can make this into a long game thing. No, maybe we're not. Maybe we're... Oh, I don't know. I really don't know. Like, this has gotten very complicated. I don't know if I meant to put them to 5. They can find so many blockers, though. And then if they decide to go defensive, they still have a creature that I still have to point a removal spell at. You know? Yeah, sure. And they've still got Planeswalkers. I should have attacked. I don't know. I was just like, well, this means that I don't necessarily lose the long game. Oh, you can have that. Well, okay, they found a second one. Now I'm just dead. Do I have a Carnage Tyrant? Ravenous Chupacabra? I do have a Ravenous Chupacabra in here. Okay, let's try this then. I'm still really not sure about that last turn. If I should have just been attacking. I don't think there's a particularly good answer. Like, I think we're just a little bit hooped. I think we're just really behind the ball here. I think maybe if I'd been taking the tract of I should go defensive, I should have done it turns ago. Yep, that's going to resolve. And then we're going to get back a Carnage, Ravenous Chupacabra. That's another Memorial to Folly, that's pretty good, but our land drop for the turn is just Detection Tower. How much mana have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, dang it. Midnight Reaper's not a bad hit. Yeah. That casts for 3. That's really not that bad. So yeah, we get to go Detection Tower here. Activate it with, yes, the Forest works. Ravenous Chupacabra, eat their Carnage Tyrant. And then Midnight Reaper, which they will invariably tick down Khan and get their own Chupacabra back to kill my Midnight Reaper, but at least it's not killing my only blocker, so... Yep, it's a mirror of Golgari. There's a lot of Golgari about. It's pretty good. But this one's getting quite deep into it. How many cards have we actually got left now? So opponent's seen a bunch more cards than me. To be fair, they've had 2 active Planeswalkers for how long? Also, I was quite happy to let Vivien Reid tick up again. I need to obviously contempt her before her ultimate, but an opponent's left in Wildgrowth Walker again. Another opponent who's left in these Wildgrowth Walkers. I still think that's wrong. Going and getting back the Ravenous Chupacabra. Yeah, called it. It's not me. There we go. Oh, another Platecrafter. Interesting. If we could draw a Wrath as well, that'd be decent. Like finality away the board. Platecrafter. Kill a Planeswalker in a couple of turns. Yeah. And that's another Carnage Tyrant. Excellent. Not that they couldn't get back 2 from their graveyard already, but I'm kind of intrigued by this. I figured they'd have left the land rails back to go and get their other Carnage Tyrant, but again, more edicts. We just really need a fine finality. Oh, Carnage Tyrant or Ravenous Chupacabra. It's probably our own Carnage Tyrant here, right? Can we cast it this turn? We can't actually cast it this turn and also Vraska's Contempt this Vivien Reid, which we have to do. We have to do this. But I think it's still the better get. 4 and 8. Actually, if we do this, so Vivian Reed is +1ing back up to 4. I can Chupacabra to kill the 3/2, block something else, and she doesn't actually die again. Yeah, alright, we're going to take this Chupacabra. So, yep, this has to happen. Vivian Reed has to go away. Chupacabra. Is it the 3/2 or the 2/4? It's the 2/4, isn't it? Because I can block the 3/2. And if my opponent can kill my Chupacabra, then they can always kill my Vivian Reed, so it's best to take out the one that I can't kill on blocks. This is a really interesting game. Like, we've got the tools to beat all of these Carnage Tyrants now. We've bought ourselves enough time to just keep beating these Carnage Tyrants. You can have another forest. Because of this detection tower. Like, if my opponent still has Assassin's Trophy in their deck, they should be pointing it at this land. Yeah, cool. Another Vivian Reed. Okay. That's somewhat annoying. And they've found another Carnage Tyrant. Is this all 4 Carnage Tyrants now? So 1, 2 are there. There's 1 in exile. Yep, opponent has found all 4. There isn't 1 in exile. Oh, I chupsed it, didn't I? Yeah, I didn't Vraska's Contempt it because I needed Vraska's Contempt for Vivian. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so I do have enough mana to get back Chupacabra, activate Detection Tower, play Chupacabra, kill Carnage Tyrant. This has got to be the Carnage Tyrant here, right? We're gonna have 1 mana left over this turn, so we should just go and get our Carnage Tyrant. Yeah, this should leave up enough for chupsing. Annoying thing is, my opponent is going to be able to kill my Vivian Reed this turn because they're going to tick down their Khan and go get their other Chupacabra. But we've taken out 3 Carnage Tyrants so far. An opponent's only found 1 Memorial to Folly. And we do actually have 3 answers to Carnage Tyrant in our hand. Oh, Death Gorge Scavenger, that's not good for us. They brought theirs in. We have not brought ours in. Yeah, going and getting the Chubba Chubs. Still desperate for a finality here. Like, a finality would be really good. Okay, they're going to put me to 9. Seems sensible. Does anyone remember how this game started? Because I can't remember what's happened in the earlier turns to get us to this stage. What are you eating? One of my Carnage Tyrants? One of my Chupacabras? I haven't got any Carnage Tyrants in there yet, have I? I only just found my first one. The other one's on the bottom of my library. Speaking of, 29, 19. Okay. Interesting, interesting. And what have we got in the way of spells in here? Yeah, still no fine finalities. Yeah, into Carney T. Yeah, of course. Right, finality or bust here, folks. Nope, didn't get there. Play that, and we've got 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So we can Eldest Reborn and Carnage Tyrant. It's nowhere near as good, but we can do it. And it does help keep us alive. Opponent sacks Llanowar Elves, obviously. Oh no, we are just dead here, aren't we? Yeah, no, we're just dead here. They can attack enough around it. I can't get out of that lock, unfortunately. Right. Changing anything? I don't think so. I think the deck looked fine. We hit okay. It was just our opponent hit better. You know, they had a Khan going the entire game, and I think he got back 2 Chupacabras, me having given them land, so I think it's fine the way it is. Maybe tempted by the Assassin's Trophies instead of the Druids? No, I feel like you can win the early game with the Druids. And then they still provide some value. You can finality onto them and they survive. No, I'm gonna run it back. We'll see how this goes. Like I say, tomorrow's stream is gonna be basically me and Alex Watson sit down and just go, okay, what on earth is important in this game? In this matchup? Yep, I will play first, please. That is a mulligan. That is also a mulligan. It's not a good hand. I'm not in any way defending it. I'm just saying that going to 4 was completely a non-starter. From 5 you can draw back into it. From 4 you are just hooped. And the shuffler seems to hate us in these opening hands. Loves us later on. Hates us early. Rather they didn't play their big stuff early, so I'm willing to trade off here. Yeah, didn't expect they'd actually take the trade though. I'm assuming they had a functional hand. Well, sometimes you run good, right? It's a spell either way, I don't care. Oh, I'm so jealous, Loki. I really want to draft some UMA. It looks really good. I haven't got around to doing it online, and to be perfectly honest, I can't afford it in paper at the moment. And I'm not where I would want to draft it with people. Like, I'm not near a game shop where I know anyone. Yeah, Playcraft is medium, so I can understand them giving that to me. Jade Light. Like I say, it's like I'm a prophet. I imagine that's going in the graveyard. Unless you've got another Jade Light in your hand and another untapped land for next turn, in which case I might just be dead. No, they've been dead. I was going to say, they've got no black sources going on at the moment. I don't fully understand how they're, like, playing this game. Oh, I need a black source. Tick up, give me a black source. Give me the Woodland Cemetery. Give me the Woodland Cemetery. Go on, just give me the land. Give me the land, 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 give me the land. You should really just give me the Jade Light Ranger. Yes, I forgot I had to click a button. Click the button, click the button, click the button, click the button. Cool. That was very lucky. Yeah, past the 10. How are we drawing out of this? I don't understand. Our opening hand was 4 forests and a Llanowar Elves. And we've played reasonable Magic. That shouldn't be possible. Hey, Branchy. Shame your friend's not here anymore, huh? It looks like they're running, like, maybe 1 or 2 of Adventurous Impulse. They might keep that on top, actually. Okay, they're binning it. They're just going looking for a black source naturally, which is... Oh, they've got 1. Okay. Vivian Reed. Yeah, that's unfortunate. So we got Jade Light and Merfolk Branchwalker with counters on them. Or I can just slam Carnage Tyrant, you know. So, the idea was, and this was Autumn Burchett and Jadine Klimporans did this at the Pro Tour. The idea is that in the early games, yes, Llanowar Elves is insane. But in both the early games and the late games, card selection is really good. Particularly of, you know, creatures when you've got a bunch of really powerful ones. Tempted to just tick down Khan here. Because he's not surviving anyway. I can go and get a Jade Light Ranger. Yeah, let's go get a Jade Light Ranger. And then slam that Carney T. I mean, so this is what I'm wondering if my opponent is doing, like splitting elves and impulses. Which I sort of get it, like it gives you the outs to do things that, you know, decks with a bunch of one-offs, they have these outs to just do these really busted things. Oh yeah, Vivian Reed. Yeah, of course. We knew that was coming. So we could have gone up to 4. Could have played a Jade Light Rain. No. Could have gone up to 4. Played a Plaguecrafter. Oh, well, they've found their Carnage Tyrant now, so... But I still get to eat one of their creatures with my Carnage Tyrant here, so I'm not too sad about this. And then slam it. Oh no, they're defending Vivian Reed. Interesting. Interesting. Let's see what Con has got for us. Not Carney T. Not anything of massive relevance. So I attack Vivian Reed. They put everything except the Lanarels in front of it. Or maybe they put everything in front of it to stop Vivian Reed losing any loyalty. Which means I can attack with this Lanarels. Combat. If they go like double block on Carnage Tyrant, single block, okay. They're just blocking to save Vivian Reed, which is really interesting. But it's also quite good of my opponent to think of that. There's no way they're letting all this through. Yeah. Okay. That's interesting. That is very interesting. Done. J-Light Ranger. Yeah, you can stay on the library. And then think I'd rather play out the Merfolk Branchwalker here. Cool. This is it. So Vivian, as long as they blocked like reasonably, which they did, Vivian wasn't dying there. But I thought they'd take the opportunity to trade off with the Carnage Tyrant. Of course, I'm going to give them the opportunity by attacking with Carnage Tyrant again fairly soon anyway. Okay, Wild Growth Walker, that's interesting. I was going to say, surely, it's just Carney T. Okay, that was actually really good for us. That was really good for us that they did that. Tick up. Probably getting a Lana Rolls here. Yeah. That's fine by me. That's something Playcrafter can eat. So, we attack at Vivian Reed. They can block Carnage Tyrant on my J-Light Ranger, eating my J-Light Ranger. That would be their best block. But I still get to kill their Vivian Reed at that point. Which I'm fine with, because Vivian Reed's very annoying to deal with. Yep. And of course, if I had a finality here, my opponent would be so dead. Well, I'm losing my Khan here, unfortunately, but I don't think I feel too bad about that. Yeah, okay. And we're holding up Vraska's Contempt. I'm kind of hoping they're just going to like play one thing this turn, and it's not going to be another Carnage Tyrant. I can Contempt it, trade off Lanner Elves if they attack me with their Lanner Elves. Yeah, they're not going to. That's unfortunate. No blockers. Yep. What did I have left that I could have got? There were a few things that would have been useful. Maybe I should have just pointed the Vraska Contempt at the Vraska then, as opposed to trying to get to the point where I could get rid of the Carnage Tyrant as well. I don't know. I don't know. Ouch. Ouch. That's not the land we wanted, folks, is it? Right then, well. Yeah, I think last turn what I should have done is just pointed Vraska's Contempt. I was like, oh, I can save my spell because I can definitely kill either Vraska and then point Plaguecrafter at something. But it's not really how it's worked out. Fortunately, our one Carnage Tyrant appears to be holding back 2 of theirs. So, handy. Not that we're drawing well. Yeah, it's a line. They're just... So, I point the Contempt at the Wildgrowth Walker. Plaguecrafter, they sack Lanner Elves, I sack Lanner Elves. We're left Carnage Tyrant and Plaguecrafter versus 2 Carnage Tyrants. Whereas this way, if I find a Find Finality, I've still got the Plaguecrafter, and I can just go, okay, well, now we get to wipe everything. Oh, right, yeah. Yeah, again, they still would have just sacked Lanner Elves. I couldn't have. Druid is also not actually doing anything here. But we'll play it out. It's not looking good for us, is it, folks? Oh, are they actually attacking this turn? Oh, they are. They've found Find. That's what's going on here. I'm still forced into doing this, but they've got Find in hand. Or just another Carnage Tyrant. They are running the 4 Carnage Tyrant version, so that doesn't surprise me. Have I got mana to Contempt? How much mana have I got? Oh, tons with these elves. I'm going to Contempt now. If I find another removal spell for these Lanner Elves, like Chupacabra or something, I can then Plaguecrafter and get rid of, or a Contempt. I am willing to take that line. Like, I am not happy about that, but we will take it. If opponent could draw another land and we could find the Eldest Reborn, that would be great. That would be great. That would be great. They're definitely coming in this turn. Reaper's not bad, actually. That's a pretty good draw right there. And we're going to pass the turn. Because all of these guys are going in front of that Carnage Tyrant in a minute. Oh, Tubes. So close. So close to being good, Tubes. If you'd only come up a couple of minutes ago, I would have been way happier than Vraska's contempting of frickin' Lanner Elves. Opponents decided that keeping lands in hand isn't entirely worth it. Totally agree. Okay, well that's a start. Annoying thing is, we are now dead to a finality. Because they wipe my board and I draw 4 cards. And then I take 5 off the Carnage Tyrant and I die. J-Light Ranger over a second Chupacabra. Chupacabra's still not doing anything. J-Light Ranger gives us a chance to find the land that we need. Or another Carnage Tyrant. That'll do. That'll do. Like I say, we are very dead to our own... Okay, Vivian Reed. This is how it starts, folks. Opponent gets back into it. I say gets back into it. We're the one at 8. Dead to 2 attacks from these Carnage Tyrants. Oh, Tubes. It's not a good start. How many Carnage Tyrants have they been through? Yeah, this is their 3rd on board. Eat the Midnight Reaper, I'm guessing. Yeah, cool. Ooh, well that actually saves me, because if they'd found a finality, I was just dead to it. I like tormenting the gargoyles. I was going to say, opponent's got to attack the Vivian Reed, surely. How much mana we got? Yeah, enough to do both of these. So I'm going to put this Druid of the Cowl, this Jadelight Ranger, and this Plaguecrafter in front of this Carnage Tyrant. 7 toughness and 7 power. Perfect. That'll do. My Vivian Reed's going to get bigger faster. Especially when I punch this Vivian Reed for 3 with my Merfolk Branchwalker, because I'm going to Tubes away this Tubes. After I've checked in with Vivian. Oh, hi! That's another Carnage Tyrant. Perfect. Perfect. Right. Come on. Come on. 2 more turns and this is over. Like, 2 more turns and this is impressively over. Okay, okay. They haven't ticked up their Vivian Reed first, which is a bit weird. Because they can't get that. Like, they should just put it in the graveyard if they're going to use Vivian Reed this turn. And they should use Vivian Reed this turn. Okay, they've left it on top. Well, I guess Vivian's staying at 3 then. Pardon me. And there it goes. Always Vivian first. Jade Light? Yeah, sure. Go for it. Like, don't, like, hit a spell and you can trade off with my Carnage Tyrant. But can you trade off with my second Carnage Tyrant? Vivian Reed ticking up. That's a poor one. That is unfortunately poor. Let's take this Druid Cal then. And I think we're just going to play out our creatures and wall up behind Vivian Reed. Ultimate her next turn and just mush. All of our creatures will be indestructible at that point. Headphones need charging. I'm a charging my headphones. Come on. If that card isn't of Vraska's Contempt, we've gotten away with it. If it is of Vraska's Contempt, we're going to have to play some actual Magic. Opponent could be trolling super hard right now. Oh, that's annoying. That's really annoying. They remembered to attack. I'm not putting my Carnage Tyrants anywhere near this, because if they find a finality, they kill my Carnage Tyrants. So I am going to put the things in front of them that will die to a finality even after the ultimate has gone off. Come on. They got 2 more redraws out of that. Which the game's only just got around to actually dealing with. Come on. No Contempt. No trophy. Don't do it. I'm going to have to start playing Magic again, and I don't actually want to do that. I just roll on my Vivian Reed and then mush. Come on. They would have just done it, right? They would have just done it. They... Yes! I guess that's the answer to that. I was like, if my opponent passes their turn and I'm like, yes, we got there, and then they're like, on your upkeep, kill her, I would have been super tilty. Ooh, Dragon Egg. Okay. Right, that was game 1. That was match 1. Okay, I need a quick break, folks. I will be right back. Right then, folks, I am back. We're only halfway through the night so far, so let's keep going, shall we? I've actually just uploaded the deck to Stream Decker, so now the exclamation point deck list command should give the correct deck list. If I've done it right. Right, let's get back on it. That was all of round 1. Despite the fact that I think it took about an hour and 10, something like that. It should be. Let me see if this works. Exclamation point deck. There we go. Cool. I think it's got a cooldown on it. I think it's got like a 30-second to a minute cooldown. Yeah, we'll take the play again. That seems good. His hand seems medium fine. I think we can do better, though. That's actually better against basically everything that isn't mono red, so I think we're going to keep it. So the problem with the last hand is we didn't have a second green source. Our only interaction was the Vraska's Contempt. Obviously, we weren't a point of Planeswalkers. And against control, we weren't doing anything until we went Vivian Reed. And that's even if we can find the lands to do so. So, whereas turn 3 Jade Light Ranger is fine. Yep, there you go. The deck thing works. We'll keep this. We're going to bottom that one, though. We should be alright for lands. I can enter tapped. What we got? What we got? It's a blue deck again. You know how I feel about blue decks. Don't like them. I don't like them. Okay, again, turn 1 opt. Still doesn't actually tell us what deck we're up against. Drakes. Oh, Phoenixes, in fact. That's unusual. I feel very happy to have drawn one of my 3 contempts. Okay. It's weird that sometimes it'll go like land, and sometimes it'll be like lands pasted together. So they surveilled away a Crackling Drake and a Charter Course and drew. But they played their Mountain first, which is interesting. I'm relatively happy to take a hit off this Arclight Phoenix to try and develop my board a bit, but Druid of the Cowl doesn't actually develop my board, so we hit both of these lands while we were exploring, so they know about them. Opponent has a shock. Should have saved it to protect your Drake. I'm not putting you under a great deal of pressure here. Okay. Likelihood is my opponent isn't draking this turn then. Yep, again. Showing, of course, discarding. So they Tormenting Voice discarded Radical Idea to it. And then they Charted a Course discarding another shock to it. So there's not 2 Phoenixes in there, and there's 2 shocks have already gone. So I think we're alright playing out Vivian Reed here and just ticking her up. Try and find some action. Wildgrowth Walker actually counts here. Chupacabra is fine, but we've already got one, and they've already binned a Drake, so And we've got Vivian Reed to kill Drakes if we really have to. Speak of the devil, and it shall appear. And they haven't even got up defences for it, which is super duper handy. Yeah, we're going to take that J-Light Ranger, but we're not casting it this turn. Opponent has left the shields down. That Drake can go away. And then we'll play a Druid of the Cowl. Mostly because we've got the time to now. Okay, this turn we're getting Phoenixed. And I'm assuming they've still only got the 1 in there. Yeah, it looks like it currently. Yeah, they discarded land. Lava Coil on the Tubes. No! I'm so glad I didn't play out the Wildgrowth Walker last turn. Shock. Vivian Reed. Got another one. Seriously? You drew all 4 shocks? I believe the term that seems unlikely probably applies here. I mean, that also seems pretty unlikely, so... but they are now out of shocks, at least. We could... Contempt and Jade Light Ranger, which seems poor. We could Wild Growth, Jade Light, and nothing else. But that also seems poor. We could just drop a Carnage Tyrant at them and see what they can do. But they do... Some of these decks now run black sources so that their dispersals work, which is super annoying. I think it's actually just Wild Growth Walker Jade Light Ranger this turn. Yeah. Amazingly enough. That's not what this game is about, so that can go in the graveyard. Free mana up. Not doing a great deal here. Yeah, we're just going to pass the turn. Okay then. Maybe I should have left that Karn on top so that I can keep the Jade Light Ranger alive through a finality, but I don't think we're finalitying very often. Opponent's got another Crackling Drake. I take it back. I think we're finalitying this turn. So they binned Mountain Steam Vents. Okay, cool. Well, they didn't hit a maximized velocity for this Crackling Drake, and they're out of blue mana now for Dive Down and such. Little bit annoyed that I can't keep up Vrasa's Contempt here, but I think we're just finalitying saving this Druid of the Cowl as well. Is that the line here? I think it probably is. But we are still going to tap it. Cool. Well, killed a Crackling Drake, a Goblin Electromancer, and a name Phoenix. Oh, but they had another Phoenix in hand. Interesting. Or they just drew that one, maybe. So they're at one spell. Okay, they couldn't do it. That's real good for us, actually. Yeah, all right. How much mana do we actually have this turn? It's only 9, unfortunately. Okay, well, Slammer Jammer. And then I think just Carnage Tyrant. Like, they're going to have to find the black source, and I think the decks normally run like 2. If they run any, and then still have a Discovery Dispersal in hand. And I think we're just going to run out of this Lana Rolls as well. Discovery Dispersal there, one there. They've got 2 left in the deck. Like I say, very unlikely. Yeah, completely unlikely now. I think they're just dead next turn. Yep, cool. Opponent agrees. That's handy. That is handy, Harry. Okay then. If this was the old Infest from BFZ block, that would be in, because that exiled them as well. Contempt. Death Gorges. Again, do we want the Duresses for dive down? I don't think the Phoenix versions tended to play the dive downs. They could still have it, but against a hand of just cantrips, I really don't want to cast a Duress. What's coming out? Let's see what's coming out. Karn is coming out. Karn is not what this game is about. I think we can deal with one less Carnage Tyrant. Probably one less Vivian Reed, really. Like, just come a little bit lower to the ground, have a little bit more interaction with them. What else could come out? The Assassin's Trophy is kind of questionable. I mean, I'm not bringing in the second one, that's for absolute sure. But maybe I should. Assassin's Trophy end of turn into Death Gorge Scavenger is not an impossible line to pull off. And I also think they're only running the 4 Crackling Drakes. No, we'll stick with this for the moment. I think this is fine. This is medium, but I think it's keepable. Like, we're one land too heavy, and we're missing a decent threat that isn't just going to die to a random shock. And obviously, our first draw is going to be a land. They have the shock. That's annoying. I actually had that on this computer a couple of nights ago. That's a good draw. It is a shame they have killed my elf. Yeah, I had the Twitch doing some weirdness the other night, and I was just like, I don't understand what on earth you think you're doing. I think I'd rather just not play this Death Gorge Scavenger. I think I'm just gonna stall until I can Chupacabra this Electromancer. Because they're likely to have either another shock for it or a lava axe, lava coil. Oh, I think they might have accidentally just passed through their turn last turn. Oh, no, never mind. Why couldn't you have turned up last turn? This isn't going to slow them down anywhere as near as much as it would have if they hadn't played the second one, but they also seem to be out of playable spells and also lands. Opting, yeah, sure. That's not actually reduced by Electromancer, so I don't feel so bad that I couldn't kill the second one. They found the land here. Shocking the Tupes. I don't think that does as much as you think that does. Alright, well, there's another forest. If we could stop drawing lands now, that would be perfect. I'd be A-okay with that. I mean, I know we started off a little land heavy, but this is getting a little bit ridiculous. Wow, really? Okay. We might be at the point we're playing... Oh, no, never mind. I found a Branch Walker. Well, at least they're coming off the top of the library in a way that doesn't like affect my draws. I think we're just going to play out this Death Gorge Scavenger. What's in their graveyard? They do have Mirari's Conjecture. So I think, actually... So I'm taking the... No, we're just going to take the Electromancer this time. Just gain 2 life. Yeah, is Twitch like just not playing or something? Because that was what I had. I tried to start watching Cool That's getting contempted. Yeah, after I play this Merfolk Branchwalker. Alright, well, we drawn a lot of lands, folks. That's going to eat the Lava Coil. Again, because of Mirari's Conjecture, that's what I'm thinking of. I'd rather they got back the shock and in the same turn shocked my Death Gorge Scavenger than they got back the Lava Coil the next turn and got to exile it, because, you know, Death Gorge Scavenger is my best way of exiling a Phoenix at the moment. Right, they just binned a Row? Okay. What you got for me? Oh, come on! Well, that's a good hit at least. No more lands. No more lands. Yeah, that'll do. Alright. My one, it just took like an hour or something to come back in. It was really annoying. I was trying to watch Surge's stream. I mean, he was just playing Minecraft, but I was like, this seems fun. I want to watch. Okay, well. Ral isn't eating of Vraska's Contempt anymore. Ral's getting punched in the face by a Merfolk Branchwalker. The guy who plays Ral, or the voice of Ral on this, really does sound like the guy who plays the Atom out of the DC universe, like the Arrowverse TV shows. Okay, opponent binned another Discovery Dispersal and kept a Charter Course on top. I suppose it does get them to look at more cards, doesn't it? Does it? My turn. Spell, please. Go ram it. Quick, guys. What turn is it? It's turn 10. How do we know? Because I have 10 lands and I have yet to miss a land drop. Bins land, draws 2. Plays Detection Tower. Alright. Glad I pulled a Chupacabra, not a Chupacabra, a Carney T out. Thing is, we haven't even hit like our utility lands. We've just hit normal lands. This is the problem with taking out all of my top end. Arclight Phoenix. Yay. We'll eat. Nom 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 nom. Well, you're still going to have enough damage to actually kill it, so... Stupid birds. There we go. Got there. At least I'm pretty certain we have. Yeah. Cool. Cool. Right, well that was a lot faster than the last one, eh? Run it back. Savage brunch. Love it. Love it. How was your brunch? Savage. What does that even mean? The eggs Benny were to die for. Keep. I saw a green sauce on turn 1 and a ladder off. I was like, yeah, we're keeping. Pay 2. And it's a mirror, folks. Again. Cool. I could also do with a Jade Light Ranger this turn. Or Khan. Right, they left it on top. Oh, yeah, that's interesting. Oh, that's annoying. There's just a bit of a nothing draw there. Yeah, pass the turn. So Golgari Guildgates have started cropping up in like full tier 1 lists. The thinking being basically that well, that's staying on top, isn't it? The thinking being that especially when you play Detection Tower, you just need more sources. Wait, they binned it? What the hell is their hand? Like, how good must your hand be for you to bin Vivian Reed? Take 7, go to 7, play Carnage Tyrant. Take 3, go to 11, not have the out to gain any life. Take 3, give them a land. They were desperate to find a land. Like they binned that Vivian really fast. So I think we don't give them the land. But we had to block there because next turn, like if they played something, dang it. Right, land off the top. Land off the top. Untapped land off the top. That's not what I meant. Okay. Down to 10 here. Forest. Okay, well we get to cast Carnage Tyrant next turn. Assassin's Trophy. Kill that. Take 6. Next turn take 3. Unless they play that Merfolk Branchwalker. Okay, well, we at least get to reset, I guess. Do we actually? Have we got anything that's worth just getting back? No, we really don't. Okay, okay. No point. That can all go away. Yeah, they are digging for land number 6, in my opinion. They're going to bin that. Because they've got Carnage Tyrant in hand. They've possibly got 2 Carnage Tyrants in hand, in fact. Oh, okay, they had the land already. They don't have Carnage Tyrant then. Interesting. Very interesting. And they're not interested in that Branch Walker being value. Right, land. That's good. Puts us to 1. It's not exactly what I would have called good, but... Wait, if we contempt this turn, we kill one of these, and we go back up to 6, and we go back down to 3, and then they'll probably play the J-Light Ranger. It's probably going to end up being a 3-2. At which point they've got 2 attackers, of which we can't block. But if we get them to play the Chupacabra out, maybe next turn we aren't just dead. I mean, I think we're just dead, but... Yep, obvious. Oh no, wait, of course, the Wild Growth Walker, they'll just play that this turn. I completely forgot that was on top of the library. Yeah, cool. And we even hit a tapped land. That's annoying. That's annoying. That was just... We fell behind the curve too quickly there. Contempt. Playcrafter, Eldest Reborn. Maybe a trophy. Taking out Walker. What else was the other 2 things we were taking out? Oh no, we weren't bringing in the Assassin's Trophies. We were doing Francis Contempt instead, weren't we? But if we don't have Assassin's Trophy and they have the Immortal Sun, I think that's a very niche thing. Like, that's a very niche problem to have. And it doesn't actually stop the problem of Carnage Tyrant, so I kind of feel like it's medium. Like, I haven't even considered putting it in this deck because it doesn't actually deal with Carnage Tyrant. Savage Brunch. Mulligan. And again. I guess this is a keep. Like, I don't know. We can actually cast all the spells in our hand. Turns and turns late, but we're on the play, so maybe we can make up for it. Opponent's also mulling to 5. 4. Yeah, we'll keep you on top. That seems good. That seems very good, in fact. I think we're going to open Branch Walker as opposed to opening Llanowar Elves. See if we can find more land. If we can find another green source, next turn gets to be Elves and Branch Walker. Exactly. Get the Scorpion, get the Scorpion, get the Scorpion, get the Scorpion, Scorpion. Yeah? It's like drawing a split land and creature. So I'm not actually against that. Oh, opponent is having an even worse game than us. They also multi-5. They simply haven't had the chance to cast spells yet. Yeah, and we'll do the same with you. Why not? 6 you? Aw, meanie. Fine then, 3 you. Get the scribbling, get the scribbling. Carney T. Now we get to find out. Yeah, they've got lands in hand, folks. That's what's going on there. They've got lands in hand. I think it's time for punching. See if we can put them enough behind that the Carnage Tyrant won't actually stabilise them. Tubes is a pretty good way to start stabilising, of course. Carnage Tyrant is a good way for us to start stabilising, so... Or rather to get back on the aggressive. That is the correct block. Land Carnage Tyrant. Rah. Well, that's a really good draw, actually. Here's our Carnage Tyrant. And we've got Finality. Oh. Wait. If we've got Finality... Yeah, we should do this. I should have done this before I played the Carnage Tyrant. Now I feel mighty silly. Attack with the 2-1. Opponent is kind of priced into blocking. Find Finality on our Carnage Tyrant. Our Carnage Tyrant is now bigger. Opponent has to find an Edict effect to not just die. Lana or Elves. Saves us 2 life, I guess. You have to block. If I'm allowed to do this for 3 turns, you will just die. So you are forced into blocking. Wow, really? Okay. Opponent is hit very well. They even have Memorial to Folly up this turn. Please attack. Oh, dang it. Okay, well, we're just going to keep hitting lands here. That's a tilt. That is a tilt. At least we have put our opponent in a position where they can't attack for fear of just dying on the crackback. So, that's something at least. And we've got the contempt for this Vraska. For this Vivian Reed, rather. Getting back a Jadelight Ranger. Cool, that'll get swept away in the Finality. And another Jadelight Ranger. Oh, our own Vivian Reed. Perfect. This forces the issue. Opponent has to start attacking now. Yeah, we'll have another Carnage Tyrant. Okay, Jade Light. And Reaper. Reaper Bin. Land. Jade Light. I'm assuming. No, it did. It's tempting to block this one. But I don't think that actually makes any sense. So if we block, we trade, next turn I play another Carnage Tyrant, they get to just attack again and I'm forced to block and trade again. Whereas my way, I sweep the board and this is bigger than their last blocking Carnage Tyrant and then I go, here's another Carnage Tyrant the turn after. To the graveyard with you. Jailot Ranger, that's a pretty good one. Take action. This one, please. You have to chump. Yeah. Alright, well they found their own finality, which is somewhat tedious. Especially because that's going to put their Carnage Tyrant up into Big's territory. Oh, never mind, we found another one. Yeah, opponent's going to concede there. Cool! That was fun. Interesting. We both mulled to 5 and then we both had kind of rubbish games. Yeah, I'm relatively happy with this. I'm actually starting to think the Death Gorge Scavenger is wrong to have in the deck, against this deck. I think it's good against the Phoenix decks and it's good against the aggro decks, so I'm keeping it in. But yeah, I'm happy that we're not bringing it in against the Golgari mirrors because it's we're not doing as much graveyard recursion as you might imagine. You know, we've got at most 8 sources of it, of which we obviously have to find. And in reality, most decks are playing 5 to 6 these days. This is a keep. This is actually a pretty good opening hand. It's been a while since we've had one of those. So, Forest, Elf, we're winning. We just stole the playback. And they mulled to 6, which is nice. Woodland Cemetery, Merfolk Branchwalker, punch for 1. What are we getting off this Branchwalker? That can stay on top of the library. Yep, cool. Well, I mean, he did a very good impression of a Mole Drifter there, so... Just keep punching. They've got another one, but we've got another Choops. And I'm going to be very happy to just Chupacabra this J-Light Ranger off the board here, because we don't want them to have the ability to block. We'd rather just punch Vivian Reed. I mean, there's a possibility that actually we should be contempting her and then punching our opponent, but Because we're punching for 6 here. Ouch. Okay. Tubes, eat my 3-2. Yeah, seems good. Trade off tubes. Want to keep their board nice and clear for our plague crafters. Like that one. So yeah, if I'd done that before blocks, they probably would have just gone, yeah, no blocks, take 4. This way, they're going to have to play out a bunch of chaff. That's annoying. But I will go and get that land. We could do with another forest here, I think. Connie T, thank you for giving me the land to cast this. We're not going to attack this time, I don't think. If our opponent plays another blocker next turn, we can just play a Plague Crafter. Whereas... oh, I should have attacked. Yeah, I can still get in the 2 damage. Cool. That works. I was like, if they play exactly Carnage Tyrant, we are so hooped. Okay, they've got a Llanowar Elves in hand, but... cool. I've got exactly 8 power, and I've got 2 Vraska's Contempt, so... yeah. Yeah, that one was tough. Like, game 1 was really, like... I thought we could have won that, but... of course, that's 10 games, isn't it? I was like, we haven't played 10 matches yet. Skilled Animator. That was nearly reasonable in draft. Okay, so we played 4 rounds the last league. We've now played 3 rounds this league. So we're at 7. Need to play 3 more rounds tonight. If we can win the last 2, I'll play a random ladder match as opposed to an event. But yeah, we're getting close to our 10 for tonight, which is pretty good. And then I'll probably put this event up on YouTube, because unlike on Monday, we seem to have had far fewer sound problems. I mean, they're still there, but they're nowhere near as bad. Keep. I hadn't even seen it on my screen. I was looking at it on the viewer. Yeah, that's a keep all day. Against a blue deck again. So we keep fighting. Is it Drakes? We haven't fought against Control very much. This looks like Mono Blue Tempo. Could still be Drakes. Yeah, we're going to leave that on top because next time we get to go land that Branch Walker, which is pretty good. Blink of an eye. Okay. Opponent is Drakes, and they found no red mana. So, unfortunately, we didn't get to see if it was worth bringing in Death Gorge Scavenger against them, but I kind of feel like it might be just for the life gain. And also Duress for the dive down, and also the information that we didn't get in game 1. Khan is not where we are at. I think find finality is also not necessarily where we're at. I don't think we need to rush. I think we can take out the ramp. Eldest Reborn, Plague Crafters in case it's a Niv Mizzet version. Scavengers in case it's a Phoenix version. 2 Duress. I mean, they're awful top decks, but so is a Lana Ralph, so... Yeah, I think that's... Maybe a Carnage Tyrant for another Duress. We only need to find a Carnage Tyrant. This isn't like Golgari where you just need to cast as many Carnage Tyrants as you possibly can. This is the first Carnage Tyrant should probably win you the game. But Vivian Reed also does a job of occasionally just killing their stupid drakes before they turn around and just mush you. So, yeah. Branch Walker is the only spell we can currently cast. We're on the draw though. I think this is keepable. We got Midnight Reaper, and then if we can find another Black Source, Choops and Contempt. Oh, that's a good start. That's a very good start, in fact. We'll probably be launching that out there into a lava coil. Partly because A, I've still got this Midnight Reaper that I'd rather not get lava coiled, and B, if it survives, insanity occurs. Right, we're just going to cast this. I'm going to keep that on top. It's not actually that great next turn, but I think I just want to know what they've got going on. Because opponents now played... Yeah, okay, now I really wish I'd just gone for the land, but we'll be Plaguecraftering that away, I'm sure. Do I want a Duress, though? No, I want a Plaguecrafter. And then I want to sack the Plaguecrafter. Mush them for 5. And then I really want to draw another Black Source for their next threat. Bottom top. Okay, they didn't have another threat, and I found an Assassin's Trophy. That is pretty decent. Let's see what our opponent's working with here. Oh, bleh. Strike, Cannonade, and then 3 Chemist as Insights? Okay, well, they're going to draw a lot of cards. But I'm just going to take away this Lightning Strike. No, I'm not. I'm going to take away this Fiery Cannonade. Yeah, let's take away the Fiery Cannonade. I've got 2 other creatures in my hand that die to it. Oh, You found the other piece of that? That's a tilt. Wow, what? Is this just like blue-red control? Have I completely misunderstood what's going on here? Opponent is now digging for threats, it looks like. Or maybe just land. Okay, land off the top and I can Vivian Reed that away. Or I could just Assassin's Trophy it right now. Yeah, I'm going to just Assassin's Trophy that right now. Lands? Lands and another J-Light Ranger. That was a pretty good pair of explorers. I think we'll leave you on top. Crackly D, yeah, sure. And it's Chupacabra it. Chupacabra doesn't get spell pierced, so that's annoying, but whatever. They found another one. This is just blue-red control. It's really weird. And I'm super glad I kept those in. Chances that they've got a spell pierce. Doesn't matter, J-Light Ranger. Let's just do that. See if we can get some lands going for this Carnage Tyrant. They should basically die to that. Graveyard with you. Library with you? No, we've already got another 3 drop we can play. And a 5 drop. Like, we don't need it. Oh, never mind. Found him. Sinister Sabotage is what they binned. Opponent is digging for the one of land that allows your creatures to be targeted. Oh, Niv Mizzet. Can they kill me from this? Oh, yeah, they can't. They were just casting Niv Mizzet. Okay, well, we completely misidentified our opponent's deck because they played 2 lands and conceded last game. But Carnage Tyrant is still an insane Magic card, so... Ooh, Leonin Vanguard. Oh, I think I have 4 of those. That's unfortunate. Right then, one more win. We are 5-0, folks. That's a good night. 2-2 in the first one. At worst, 4-2 in the second one. No, that's not a bad night. Right then, bit of a wait for this one, unfortunately. Golgari is still exactly what I want to be doing in Magic. Call me Horus. I guess they had a heresy? My memory of the 40k lore is really sketchy. To be fair, my memory of actual history is super sketchy, so you know. That's a mulligan. We're running 24 lands in this deck, and we've been doing this a lot still. I mean, don't get me wrong, we've gotten super lucky with some of our top decks, but our opening hands have always been abysmal. We're going to keep that. We're going to bottom that. It's another blue deck. It's mono blue. Cool. Okay, didn't actually want to see the Carnage Tyrant, but what can you do? Please just put the Curious Obsession on this guy. I will happily let it sacrifice itself to get countered. Okay. Opting. Opponent doesn't have a land? If they bottom... I think that was the land they just drew. Oh, that's a really good draw. That's a really good draw. This is a tempo deck, so we don't want to take any damage to our own lands here. That's just not what the game is. And I'm not pointing a removal spell at something unless it is a Jin or has a Curious Obsession on it. Oh, I was like, okay, charter course, but no, apparently not. It's going to be a bounce spell for the Wild Growth Walker, isn't it? A counter spell? That's not fair. Opponent sends for 1. That's really good for us. That's super good for us. We're not going to let our opponents know we've got that. Oh no, we can use it this turn. So look out, Dispersal, eh? I'm going to have to keep that in mind later on. Wabam. As I say though, I refuse to point a removal spell at something in this deck unless it is a Jin dealing a lot of damage, or if it's got a Curious Obsession on it. At that point, it's worth killing. At no other point is it worth killing because the creatures themselves are underpowered. Near blocks. My turn. Perfect. I'm going to Carnage Tyrant now in case my opponent thinks to Merfolk Trickster to tap down my Hoofrey Doofrey, which would lose me a mana source. I mean, not much point attacking for 1 when I'm attacking for 7 next turn. Dang it! There was. Push them to 8 next turn. If I just attack with the Carnage Tyrant, and yeah, okay, that was silly of me. There's a Curious Obsession on that Siren Storm Tamer. There's 2 Curious Obsessions on that Siren Storm Tamer. This is going to be very annoying. Right. If I do that, I've got enough to activate the Detection Tower and pay for a Spell Pierce. If it's a Lookout Dispersal, I've still got enough to just pay for it. Right? Yeah, Lanarel's included. So they would have to have the Wizard Counterspell, is what I'm saying. Which they totally could have. But at the same time, this isn't getting any better, and it also conversely isn't getting any worse. So that's going to resolve, and then activate that. Resolve. And then let that resolve. Cool. Yeah! Detection Tower is brilliant. Golden Demise seems pretty good here. Like, Ritual of Soot is better, but we don't have it, so Golden Demise. Plague Crafters is also pretty reasonable. And maybe Duresses? Yeah, we want Duresses here. We want 4 Duresses. Plague Crafters. We don't actually want the Eldest Reborn. I think it's too slow, because we're also going to be taking out a bunch of our ramp. Khan can come out again. Vivian Reed can come out. Contempt and Chupacabra, they're good, but they're a bit slow. Wild Growth Walker is kind of my plan against them. It's like I race them, almost. I make a big dude and then I race them. Assassin's Trophy, is it worth it? What would I be bringing in? There's nothing I'd be bringing in. No, I'm pretty happy with that. So I've cut a Carnage Tyrant, a Vivian Reed, and all of my Mana Dorks, and I've gone up Plague Crafters, the Duresses, and the Golden Demises. 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that makes sense. No, it doesn't. There's one more thing. Oh, Khan. I brought out Khan, didn't I? Yes. Yeah, Detection Tower is really good. Is it good enough to keep this hand? I mean, the Wild Growth Walker itself is almost good enough. You find any Explore creatures, and I am on the draw. I think we're meant to keep this. We have Interaction and we have Detection Tower to force it through a dive down. We obviously can't also get it past a Spell Pierce as well, or a Siren Storm Tamer. Fine Finality helps, actually. The board wipes help. Wonder if my opponent's just going to go ham. Just be like, boom. Here's a Curious Obsession. Deal with it. And it's like, I can't. Okay, they don't have it. They going to counter this? Oh, okay, they've got Essence Scatters. Sure. That's annoying, but fine, I guess. Warkite Marauder. Tell me more. Past turn, I guess. So I really want them to put it on this Siren Storm Tamer, if they've got it. If they've got the Curious Obsession, I want them to put it on this Siren Storm Tamer. Dang it. Very tempted to point this Assassin's Trophy at this Tempest Djinn and see if I can force them to sack their Siren Storm Tamer. Yeah, I'm either getting a creature off the board or I'm taking a spell out of their hand, so I best do it now. The point is, there's no advantage to doing it next turn, realistically. Here, a dive down will save them, but a dive down would have saved them from my finality as well, and that's sort of my plan. Although maybe what I should have done is done it the turn before I Vivian Reeded, See if I can waste all of their abilities. Yep, okay. Please don't have it. Please don't have the Curious Obsession. Yes! I don't have it. Okay. Okay, my turn. Well, the force play is here. Oh, okay. They seem to only have the Siren Storm Tamer. That's a good start. That's a good start. Vivian Reed killed a Siren Storm Tamer and is going to eat 2 off this Walkite Marauder. And they still don't have the Curious Obsession. Excellent. Excellent. Is that a pirate? Yeah, I thought it would be. Well, and I think they would have just countered the Vivian Reed, right? Like, wouldn't you? Okay, that doesn't actually save us. So we're going to have to go finality here and hope that it resolves. And if it doesn't, we die. We also die to that. I thought they might have not had it because they didn't use it to save their creature from the Vivian Reed. That was annoying. Maybe I'm wrong about the dorks. No, I think being on the play is going to help us here. Do I even need Carnage Tyrant and Vivian Reed? Like, I am the control deck. Once I've got them under control, all I have to do is find one way to kill them. And all of my creatures will do that. So maybe we land or elves to help us gain control faster is sort of my thinking. No, we're on the play this time. I think we can get out ahead of them. We did also mulligan to 6 there, I think. I don't know. It didn't make a big deal either way. Like, we still had cards in hand that we were trying to cast. So, I will take the play. This is a reasonable hand. Assassin's Trophy, Plaguecrafter. I think we can keep this. And it's just, we're trying to keep them off anything, basically. Opponent kept 7 though, which is, you know, that is not a small thing. That opponent kept 7. I'm gonna play a Plaguecraft. No, I'm not. Yeah, I'm gonna try an Assassin's Trophy this right now. That resolved very fast because I don't want to play a Plaguecrafter. Like, just go Edict's your thing. That seems medium. Oh dang it! And then we found the detection tower. Yeah, that's staying on the library. Okay. Opponent's playing out nothing there. This version of the deck is also slightly worse against the mono blue tempo deck in that we are not playing a I'm going to play this Detection Tower out and put the fear in them. We are not playing a cast down anywhere in the 75, and that's very good against this deck, obviously. See what these think of this Vivian read and if it's worth go. Again, that resolved very quickly. We're going to take the Wild Growth Walker and hope that we can find some explorers on the next time we activate Vivian read. Curiously obsessed, you say? Curiouser and curiouser. Yeah, so that resolved very fast, that Vivian read, which suggests that they don't have a counter spell for spells. So I think I'm pointing this Vrast's Contempt. That's not going to trigger the Curious Obsession, is it? Excellent. That's rather lovely. Let's tick her. We could just kill the enchantment. No, they seem to be happy to attack it, so let's see what we can find. Okay, now there seems to be some delays. So I'm wondering if Wild Growth Walker into Jadelight Ranger is better. Let's attempt to go to combat. Because they might just have another Merfolk Trickster. They've definitely got something. Yeah, there's no way I can beat a Syncopate or Essence Scatter here, so... yeah, we'll leave that on top. That seems good. Ooh, another Curious Obsession. So if they bounce my Wild Growth Walker, that's fine, because I was definitely blocking with the Jadelight Ranger at least anyway. So they left the Wild Growth Walker with 1 health. Yeah, okay. Opponent made a mistake there. Cool, 5-0. Not bad, eh, folks? Not bad at all. Let's see what cards we got. Oh, that's a daily quest. Oh, Krull Harpooner. That's a good one to hit, actually. And yeah, 5-0. Not bad. Not bad. No mythics this time. Waker of the Wilds. I loved that card in Limited. It was my best card in my GP Liverpool deck last year. Old Growth Dryads. Yep, there were 3/3 for 1 that ramps your opponents so that they don't care about it. And an Overgrown Tomb, which I definitely already have 4 of. Bit of a shame they haven't fixed the 5th card problem, but you know, you take what you can get. And 2,100 gold. We're sitting on a healthy gold chunk going on here, folks. I'm hoping what I'll be able to do is put together a couple of Niv Mizzet decks at some point in the near future. Right then, I've got one more round to do before I've done my 10 for the day. So let's play one more round. I think I'm going to stop the YouTube recording here though. We've done the event. The reason I'm going to stop the recording is otherwise it's going to be ridiculously long. So thank Thank you, YouTube. Do head over to the stream. It is jackpatten_MTG if you want to see us live. I'm going to be recording most days. Also, if you're interested in the podcast, those episodes are also in the feed in the YouTubes. Hopefully they'll be up somewhere on the other side. No, that side over there somewhere. And if you want any of the deck lists off of the show, please do head over to standardintelligence.uk. That's where we do all of our and our stuff, our admin with all of the deck lists and that sort of thing. If you want to look into the UK currently PPTQ meta, I'm guessing next season it's going to be Mythic Qualifiers scene. So yeah, head over there. And do remember to hit the subscribe button if you want more content like this. Thank you very much for watching.